of Division 3 up to 2 litre, two-wheel drive, and away goes Andrew Orr from pole position, coming across the other car of Pat McNally, the two escorts leading. David Shirley's in there in 4th place, in fact, in the Mini, and Peter White up into 3rd place. The other runner, Brian Lennox in the Cadet.
A great start there from Peter White, came up into 3rd place, but it's definitely Orr by a number of car lengths from McNally as they cross the loose there, coming onto the tarmac at Mobile. Here they come, flat out up onto the loose. You can see 3 escorts and then the little Mini there, and Lennox bringing up the rear in the oval. But it's Orr really sideways, McNally more sideways, and all the time in the background the White Mark 1 escort of Peter White, waiting to see that these boys make a mistake.
There he is, Peter White, number 244, and getting very sideways there, Pat McNally. But what a moment it is for young Andrew Orr, the mechanic from Ballynahinch. Only in his first year of Rallycross and leading a C final. A moment of glory indeed for him. 2nd place, still McNally. But Orr now making quite an impression and pulling away from the battling escorts behind him. In 4th place, it's still David Shirley. There is Peter White, getting very sideways as he came onto the straight. But holding it, as you can see, and bringing up the rear, Brian Lennox. He's only got 1300cc to play with compared to 2 litre and 1600 of these other cars. Fred Crawford prepared engine in the leading car. Fred Crawford himself, an excellent rallycross driver. Hasn't been out much recently, but very busy in his race preparation business.
Yes, Orr really going there with a tremendous lead. McNally made a little mistake at the hairpin there and has let Peter White really climb back over the back of him there. There's our leader, Andrew Orr, back out onto the main straight. He has an easy run at the moment. He looks in his mirror to see the two battling away. McNally there in the first of these 2 cars. He's in 2nd place. White had an advantage on the loose the last time. McNally has got it all together, not too much sideways. White having a look at the inside. Vicious on the brakes there, McNally, as he gets to the hairpin. You can see them spinning the wheels, losing a bit of traction there. White did the same, so the advantage he got, he lost immediately. So that's McNally, our 2nd place man, and there's our leader onto the loose at Zetter, flat through this bend on the loose. White taking a wide line and getting very, very sideways.
And well over halfway gone now, this C final. In fact, we reckon it's about 2 laps to go now as Andrew Orr turns again into Barham Bend, a spectacular bend off the tarmac onto the loose, down the back straight, right down through the box, right down into 2nd gear for this very tight tarmac hairpin. Peter White there going through it. And if the identification in some of these cars is a little bit difficult because of the numbers, the reason being that an Audi Quattro was stolen from Nace last night, and in it all the official numbers for the Rallycross. It'll be rectified tomorrow, but meanwhile today we have to put up with a bit of amateur graphics. Not a problem for Andrew Orr.
Yes, 254, Andrew Orr there in the lead on the loose. The battle still roiled in the background there. McNally has gained an advantage because White got it out a little wide coming onto the main straight and lost his advantage. Very tight, as Alan said, here in the tarmac hairpin. You've got to get out to the right to get through the loose as quick as you can. McNally seems to have that one sorted, but he isn't gaining much on Orr. Orr seems to have this one all his own way. Peter White very sideways there, Orr, and checkered flower being prepared for Andrew Orr, and he wins the C final. And as winner of the C final, there's a place reserved for him in another 6-lap final, which will be the B final.
And the B final. And Porrick McLaughlin on pole position there. John Farrell alongside him. Sam Crawford, this is all heavy stuff. In the 2nd row, we are waiting there for Sam Crawford just to come up. There seems to be a little bit of a reshuffle. Sam Crawford certainly out on the grid. There's Jimmy Stewart. We're waiting for Jeremy Crash, and Andrew Orr, of course, has just won the C final.
So he joins the grid at the back, and as you notice, we are up to 6 cars for the finals, and rather have a single line abreast. They are split in 2, so it's a 3-line grid, a 2-2-2 grid, just putting Orr into position there now on the back of things. And around the circuit today, we have numerous people helping out the County Kildare Motor Club. We have over 100 people from the County Kildare Civil Defence people here who are helping us with the crowd control. That's Pádraig Loughnane getting ready there. Tomorrow will be their big day with an estimated crowd will be over 12,000 people. Loughnane ready to go. The lights change. Hand of the marshal up and away, and a great start from the second row there, but it's Loughnane with Farrell, and it's Farrell about to chop the nose off him.
So, John Farrell it is this time. Jimmy Stewart getting rather left in the fracas there. Loughnane right out on the grass on the outside, but Loughnane in second place. And then I think it's our English visitor, Jeremy Crush, up into third place. No doubt about the leader, though, John Farrell. And a beautiful start, beautiful cleanly across the front of the other cars. And look at the advantage he's got.
Yes, bundling the way in. Loughnane really had to close the door across on top of Crush there, and this gave John Farrell the chance he had to make a break, so he's made a lovely one. In the background now you can see Loughnane getting down to work to chase out. John very sideways coming to loose now. That's followed there by Loughnane and then by Crush. John Farrell, very flamboyant style of driving, turns in very much, and here you have Loughnane under pressure from Crush. Loughnane there in the yellow Escort, then followed by Crush. These two at the moment are fighting for second place.
And of course we're still in the B final of Division 3, and these are really the supercars of yesterday. They're developing about 170, 180 brake horsepower, and to think of it that tomorrow we're going to be watching cars with nearly 700 brake horsepower. It's amazing stuff. Beautiful stuff though from the leader, John Farrell, looking in second place there now, Loughnane, and then being shadowed by Jimmy Stewart in third place. And Loughnane moving in now on the leader, beginning to look very threatening. The man who was in pole position has got his composure, and he's really going for it, and he's bringing with him Jimmy Stewart. It's turning out to be a fantastic climax to this B final. They're going to have 3 laps to go now, and it's any one of these 3 drivers.
Yes, Farrell really holding his own here, but Loughnane using everything. I'm sure he wished he had 600 brake horsepower to catch Farrell here at the moment, shadowing him all the way. He's keeping Childs inside. Farrell really flicking it under braking there, and he gains a little advantage there with the tail out. He really got the grip on the tarmac and has pulled back a car length, and Loughnane now under pressure. Look at Farrell really putting the power in. Loughnane coming under pressure again for his second place, bumping over the loose there. He's got to get the power down cleanly, no tail out. He's got to really get tucked in behind Farrell for the next loose corner.
And all these drivers have developed from other disciplines into Rallycross. The first 2 from motocross and the third one from hot rod racing. And Farrell just a little bit too sideways that time, but held it beautifully. Still taking the inside line. Loughnane is right with him. Jimmy Stewart is impatient to get out that battle for the lead. They're only about a lap and a half to go now. When they come around this time, they're going to be going on to their last lap. But there's John Farrell. There's Pádraig Loughnane. And Jimmy Stewart. Jeremy...
Farrell's front.
Got it.
It's Loughnane through. Farrell made a mistake coming off the loose there. We've lost our third place man, so Loughnane is now into the lead. And John has gone very sideways there and nearly spun again, and this is giving Loughnane all the advantage. Farrell looks as if he could have a puncture, very wobbly. Yes, back wheel, it's gone. Back left wheel punctured. That's very hard luck. He's pulling off. There's one thing you can't do here is drive with no tire. So there's our new leader from pole position. He got gulfed in, but he's back in the lead, Pádraig Loughnane.
And of course this means that he's going to get a place in the A final. So Poleman gets a gift of the B final. Look how far back. We have to wait for the next one, and strangely enough it's not Jimmy Stewart. In fact it's Jeremy Crush, and then we have Andrew Orr in third place, and there's Jimmy Stewart. There's Jimmy Stewart. We don't know what happened to him, but he's obviously been in the wars too. So misfortune for all. John Farrell particularly, he must be disgusted with himself, yet he looks fairly philosophical about the whole thing.
And on pole position for the A final, we have 727, Tommy Graham. He's won both his heats, and now he's sitting comfortably on pole position. Beside him, another heat winner, you have Kenny McKinstry. And this is a 2-2-2 grid. On the second row, you'll have Carl Cleary, a tremendous drive from Carl in the little Mini. Beside him, Don Shannon, another Escort. then Derek Job, and the last man on the grid, which came through from the B final, is Pádraig Loughnane. So Tommy Graham on pole position, getting ready to go. They're lining up the third row now, as I say, which Pádraig Loughnane from the last heat should join. He hasn't been given much time. Here he comes. He's coming out onto the grid. No need for refuel, so we should see sparks from Loughnane. He's fresh after a 6-lap win.
And the pressure really on Tommy Graham. He's been quickest in all the heats, but now he's alongside the great Kenny McKinstry, and even though McKinstry's car is obviously heavier, that doesn't matter, because McKinstry is a brilliant driver, and so is Tommy Graham. Graham's made a good start. We see also Don Shannon up in well position, but look at that little mini car, clearly still in there. McKinstry's got it.
Yes, a lovely move by Kenny from the outside of the front row, just snipped across in front of Tommy, but Tommy having a look at the inside there, clearly got shunted up the back there, and he's out of it. So it's between these two. A big shunt there for Cleary right in the back of the Mini, but look at Kenny McKinstry go now. Tommy Graham is going to have to pull everything out he knows. He has the legs of him, he can do it. He shouldn't be intimidated by this great championship. He has a car that can beat Kenny, so let's see if he can do it, Alan.
And Cleary's car will be down just over the hill here when they come down here. That car was very badly shunted. What a sad situation. What a sad end to an excellent day, and I'm sure the driver got quite a shock there when that happened. But it's Kenny McKinstry now pulling away. Tommy Graham lost a lot of time there. And McKinstry looking much more in command as he flings the car onto the front straight. Once again, Tommy Graham's got it this time. McKinstry's in trouble the whole way down the main straight on the grass. And it's a puncture again. A puncture again. So in both of these finals, and look at this, Tommy Graham's bonnet's coming off, and we also have Don Shannon pulling off.
So this is a dramatic final. This shouldn't bother Tommy too much. He knows his way around here. The quicker he goes with a bit of luck, that bonnet will leave the car, but that was unfortunate for McKinstry. Very sideways on the loose to hold it, but puncture here, the same as poor John Farrell. Tommy at the moment now is driving on his navigation, and he's lost it. He's hit the barrier. The bonnet there acted as a wing and just caught the front of the car. But this is Tommy back out now, and he's going to really go for it.
And I think now we've got Derek Job up into the lead. There he is. Derek Job, with all this adversity taking place in this A final, the man who has played badminton for Ireland is fairly making the feathers fly this week. Yes, there he is, all out on his own.
Job has it now, but Tommy Graham got reversed and is back out, and he's in front of Don Shannon. So the battle for second place between Graham, very, very sideways there. Job losing a lot of time, looks in the mirror to see where the opposition is. A few corners like that, and they'll catch all over him. And look at the lead he has. And look, here's Graham with McNally really on his bootlet. So there's our new leader, Derek Job in the Escort. Look at Tommy Graham trying the inside, the car not handling too well, and look at McNally really trying.
So there's our race leader. Our race leader, Derek Job, with now just about a lap and a half to go. He's going to shortly go onto his last lap, and if he can keep the cool, he's going to win the A final, and that really is a turn up for the books. Off he goes on his last lap. You see the huge ducts down into the radiator, which has moved back in the car to improve the weight distribution, which didn't seem to work too well there as the car bounced all over the track. This is the battle for second place. Tommy Graham and Don Shannon it is who is shadowing him and driving so brilliantly there, holding on to the Mark II car. Tommy Graham getting very crossed up under braking. Graham's got a puncture. And the leader coming down to take the checkered flag. What a moment indeed for Derek Job. His first major victory in Rallycross in a truly dramatic A final.
Yes, there he goes on his way to the paddock. That's our race leader. And the battle on the line between Tommy Graham and Don Shannon. We're not sure who got it. We think Tommy Graham has a puncture. It's possible that Shannon just nipped up the inside there.